RTA, who investigates the praying bus drivers. So, in case you've been living under a rock, a video of a bus driver praying on a bus went viral on Twitter. The video was shared by Ujala at where is my_food on June 11. When she shared it, she simply wanted to highlight the goodwill of people who patiently waited while the driver was praying. She captioned the tweet, "Bus driver in Dubai wanted 5 minutes to pray and people had no problem waiting for it. Good gesture. This is how humanity will survive with kindness." Imagine the same thing happening in our country. She lives elsewhere, and the consequences of that on and offline. The video has been seen over 330,000 times.
However, the video drew immediate debate. Some said he should do his religious duties during his own personal time. Others should not suffer because of my religious practice. And others added, if a policeman, I would give him a big fine, like if they were a policeman. While others jumped on his defense, reminding people that the bus doors don't open until the right time, and this could be at his own time.
So, since the video has been shared, it's worth noting that the RTA have jumped in with their response. They clarified. They said, kindly note that we continuously strive to maintain our service quality, and any kind of behaviour from a driver outside his scope of work is subjected to a thorough investigation. We would like to clarify that after investigation, the bus was outside of operational hours during this time. As per RTA rules and regulations, nobody is allowed to enter the bus before or after the scheduled trip time in order to ensure a safe environment for both the driver and the passengers. Thanks for understanding.
Now, if you live in Dubai and if you are a regular public transport commuter, then you would know that this practice is absolutely normal and...
Which practice?
Like having the bus doors closed until it's time for the next trip. It's completely normal, and it is... bus drivers are permitted to either leave the bus when it's closed during their break time and use the washrooms, or go pray in designated areas, or they are permitted to eat inside the bus, or pray, because we've seen it a number of times. If you live in Dubai, you know that this is regular practice, completely normal. But I think what people who are not living here are concerned about is the fact that loads of people were waiting outside the bus in the heat and they weren't allowed inside. But that is just you would not have anyone entering the bus during its non-working hours, because the bus driver needs to see who is entering the bus, who is exiting the bus, for just safety purposes.
Yeah, you don't just have a bus that stands stationary with the doors open for too long a period of time. And that's exactly what people are kind of jumping to the fence as well. They said the fact that whenever the bus drivers take a break after completing one full trip, they take a 5 or 10 minutes break at the last stop. I've seen many times drivers praying during their break. No driver stops at any point and asks people to wait. And it's a fair, logical response. You know, there's no driver who's saying, guys, can you just alight while that doesn't happen.
Exactly.
And I think as we just spoke before the show, drivers are under very strict rules. The RTA is efficient. It's always on time, obviously, bar some traffic, but they run an impeccable service, and that's probably down to the training of the drivers and what they need to do. So in fact, it's much more logical of a response that yes, at the end of each route they take a break, the doors are shut. That's a bus break, and it's a driver's break to do their own time. Exactly. And then maybe someone who's visiting was just surprised to see the driver praying and then thought, oh great, everyone's kind of chill and waiting. Everyone else knows the score, they live here a long time.
Exactly, word to word of what you said, just point. And the fact that, that's what, if you live in Dubai, you understand all of these practices. It's normal, it's their time, it's the bus is closed at that period because it's at the end of the trip or at the very beginning of the next trip, and it's a very long route for them, So at their time, they are permitted to do pray or eat on the bus or outside the bus. It's completely normal.
And whether someone chooses to pray, to read, to sleep, whatever regulations there they have, that's irrelevant. The main point is that nobody is actually permitted to enter the bus as per the RTA regulations before or after the scheduled time in order to ensure a safe environment for both the driver and the passengers. Yeah, so the driver 100%. Was fully within his work remit to have the doors closed and to use his time for himself.
And like you said, these buses and public transport in general, it's so regulated in Dubai, extremely regulated. Because when the bus drivers follow the route and they are for example, there are 5 routes, and the third one, the pickup time is 7:15 p.m. every single day, the bus driver, if he reaches there at like 7:13, he needs to wait there an extra 2 minutes to make sure he meets that cap. So if he doesn't there, it's like a warning message from RTA that they get on their dashboard. So it's very it is quite regulated. Like ups and downs do happen from time to time, but majority of the time it's like very regulated, and it's all like made sure it's
like
schedule.
Clockwork.
Yeah,
it's like clockwork.
Exactly.
Just like the RTA Metro. Yes, it gets busy at times. Yes, in some cases there might be delays. However, the actual regulation that they have in place to get us from A to B in a smooth and safe environment is bar none, and it's price effective.
Yeah, cost effective, super cost effective.
Super cost effective.